Southern County 911. Where is your emergency?
Somebody else is one from.
Hello?
Somebody.
Hello?
All right, here we go. It is Night Living Dreads. I am Otis B Dreds. My little why would my connectivity be poor now? I am hard lined in. Bobby Trill is back with us this week. Glad you're feeling better, man.
Hey, thanks, brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. Much better.
Really bugs me, that little thing up there.
What is it doing?
It says connection is unstable. Look, my bill's paid. My bill's paid, and I'm hard lined in.
Man,
which that doesn't make much sense. Welcome. We were going to talk. Good afternoon, Tanya. We were going to talk a couple weeks ago. You were feeling you had a rough past week, Bobby.
Yeah, it's been rough. Yeah, a bit of a cold.
Bit of a cold.
No COVID, just cold.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're up and about.
Oh, thank you, brother.
We were going to talk when you came down with this ungodly sickness.
Yeah, I don't like to get around people when I'm sick.
Yeah,
I
don't blame you. I
kind of state of myself.
We were going to talk Jayme Closs. That was our second attempt, 3 times the charm. Our first attempt, we had some big Delphi news that popped up, so we ended up talking about that versus Jayme Closs. Right. Then last week, you unfortunately got sick, but we're going to do it now.
All right.
We're going to do it now. What you heard, if you caught the very beginning, if not, you can go back and re-watch it over on our YouTube channel, Night Living Dreads. And there's that damn connection thing. It's bugging the shit out of me. We're 4 minutes in, so fuck.
Yeah, oh yeah, well that's good. I plan on saying a few fucks and shits today.
Nice. Anyway, if it's not coming through very well, please let me know, because it keeps popping up, and I'm not understanding why.
It's hard telling, man.
Yeah, especially being hard. I could imagine, I can understand, if I was Wi-Fi, but I am not. Anyway, the very beginning, if you didn't catch it, we played the just a part of the 911 call. Tim Brown, good old Tim, aka Dr. Mega Retro Ghoul.
Nice.
He's one of the admins over there at the group, Night Living Dreads. So that was part of I think that 911 call was a little bit longer. The whole call, was it? Or was that no, because that seemed like that. It seemed like that. Yeah, it seemed like that was it. Quite horrifying. And we're going to talk more in depth about this case, Jayme Closs. But first, we got some Delphi updates. What in God's name is going on in Delphi?
I'm throwing my hands up in it, man.
The defense goes to what were they doing? Because I've seen bits and pieces about what's been going on. The defense that brought up the that brought up the memorandum and all of this. The defense from the beginning for Richard Allen now is gone.
They quit, man. They gave a statement saying that it was due to coercion.
Coercion.
That's and thanks for that, by the way. You know what, man? You almost want to throw your hands up because of all the stupidity, man, that's going on with that case.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. People recusing themselves, putting out stuff, and then bringing it back in just long enough so people can see it, and then tell you not to speculate. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's getting ridiculous. They just made the family drive all the way from Delphi to Fort Wayne, Indiana, halfway across, almost all the way across the state
Yeah.
for 3 minutes and wasted time. As much as they've been through, man, what a fucking clown show, man.
And basically the welcome, Mandy. Basically the the defense walks in, talks to the judge, turns around, comes out, and tells everyone, okay, we left due to coercion.
Yeah, of course to do it, man. What does that mean? Now we got to speculate about that. Why can't people just say what they mean? I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
Why they got to draw people along? Is everything a reality TV show, man?
Oh.
Is everything for fucking ratings?
Right.
It's sickening, man. I feel so bad for those families.
It
That's some
is.
bullshit. Almost 7 years later, man.
Yeah.
And we got this fucking tomfoolery going on.
Yeah.
You just want to throw your fucking hands up,
Mandy Ray says, why is Gull being so motherfucking shady?
I'm
Or
saying.
shifty?
I'm saying. Why did the first judge recuse himself? Because these people have a bloodlust, is what he said, and I'm scared for my family. And that's all you're going to give us?
Yeah.
Don't speculate, though,
Don't
brother.
speculate.
Don't you fucking dare speculate on the shit that we're giving you to speculate to. They act like it's a reality TV show, man, and it's real life. It'd have been better off if they didn't have these investigators at all and the people themselves had all this information. Anybody could do it better than them because they want to tell us all, dude, we had this information the whole time about this Allen being there, but the very first thing you should do in an investigation like that is talk to the people who were there.
And
Yeah.
they knew within a week or so after that Richard Allen was there, but yet didn't talk to him for 6-7 years.
Never got a follow-up.
Nothing.
What a fucking clown show, man. You got to be kidding me.
And we were talking about this, the level of investigation, I guess what they should have been doing in 2023 compared to, years past. What is going on? How can you expect people to not speculate? For those who care about, bringing justice to this, you can't bring the girls back. The next best thing you can do is bring closure to the family by them knowing the truth, which we're playing hell trying to get. And then when we speculate on there's nothing wrong with speculation. Isn't that what an investigator does in a murder case? They speculate this, they speculate that. Sometimes they have to go back and eat their words because they were wrong, because something else that he speculated on took them down another path.
Right on.
This is critical thinking where you have to think of everything. We are not wrong here, but the prosecution doesn't like the fact that people like myself, like other podcasts, the circus, Drip Drop, I can't think of his channel's name, sorry, and the Grizzlies. You have so many content creators out there, a lot speculating, and we're speculating on their words.
Right.
That's the thing. You're, like you said, here, take some information, but don't talk about it. Here's some documents, 136 pages. Oh, well, we're going to pull that back, but don't talk about it.
Yeah. And then they want to try to convince you, man, that there's nothing shady going on here. Why does the defense feel like it needs to release anything anyway? They're doing it because they're trying to tell people something, it seems. And it's like the prosecution's doing everything they can to, let's seal everything. Let's not talk about anything. There's a lot to talk about. It's some shady shit, man.
Right. Mandy Ray says, why did the prosecution come prepared with tons of witnesses to a hearing to quote, to discuss recent events, end quote? The defense was blindsided. gullible, and the prosecution were planning to railroad the defense.
Right on.
And I couldn't agree, more.
It's
Or gull. I said gullible. That's what she meant, gull.
It's fucked up, man.
There's a lot wrong with speculations when the players in the prosecution game are trying to cover shit up. That's absolutely right.
That's
And that
what
was
it
one of the
is.
things that I mentioned,
Yeah.
Mandy, is that, when you start speculating, what they should have said instead of, the prosecution, that is, they don't want, people on social media spreading a bunch of speculation. Well, what we're doing is we're causing public doubt.
Yeah.
And people are not blindly following your narrative that it was just this one guy. Oh, the cops are good.
Yeah.
The law, the system there in Delphi is not corrupt. We're good.
Yeah.
This is a narrative you should follow. And when you don't, because other people are asking questions that you're not.
Yeah. And that's where all this new stuff came from with the Odinist shit anyway, was the prosecution. The defense didn't make this up.
Right.
They got it in the paperwork that the prosecution gave. They don't want to make this a quote unquote conspiracy theory, but they just did, man. Because if they don't go down the road and point out these people and follow these leads that we all know about now, and they just pin it on, Allen, and the defense goes another route, everybody, including the family, is always going to wonder now, did we get the right guy? Was there other people involved? You ask questions and you speculate to try to keep from those quote unquote conspiracy theories happening, but they just did it. I don't think that the families there in Delphi are going to see any kind of closure to this as far as that goes ever. I don't think they're actually ever going to get justice. I really don't.
Well,
this is tomfoolery, man. It's stupid.
It really is. It really is.
We're past the point of fucking incompetence to straight stupid.
No, exactly. As Tanya says, they don't want social media making them look stupid and incompetent. And well, they're kind of doing that themselves.
Yeah, they're hanging themselves.
They really are.
In front of people, at least, in front of the people who are watching. It's just insanity, man. Now everybody's got to start over from square one again with the defense and stuff. So it's longer for these families. And now everybody's still going to be speculating. I see Patrick Westfall doing interviews and stuff. That's great. If he's innocent, he should be out there clearing his name and stuff, and that's good stuff. But he's still everybody's still going to wonder. Everything needs to come out at some point. And you figure almost 7 years. Yeah. What is it going to hurt, man, to just tell people, hey, this is the stuff we found?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. They're basing Allen's imprisonment on a magic bullet deal.
Yeah. And haven't we seen that? Haven't we seen that story before?
Yeah. and anybody can do that, man. Yeah. If you have an automatic handgun, go out and just do the experiment yourself. Go ahead and eject a bunch of rounds and look and see if they're all the same or not with the markings on them. I guarantee you the defense is going to tear that up no matter what lawyers he gets.
You would certainly hope so.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just ridiculous, man. It looks like there's a whole lot more going on.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, like I said, the prosecution gave the defense that paperwork talking about the Odinists. The FBI was investigating these people. You have a guy confessing and stuff, and no, you guys are not supposed to speculate on this. We got the guy, the pharmacy guy. And not to say he didn't do it, but did he have help?
Right. There's a lot wrong with that timeline, when it comes to that.
Because what if Richard Allen gets found not guilty, which it only takes one juror?
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like they have a whole lot. Now they got to do this investigation all over again. Now, and then what? Are we going to go through this same set of guys? We're going to do this all over again. They just need to get it out, do it. The lawyers should, if they quit because the judge told them, hey, you either quit or I'm going to remove you from the case. I'm just giving you an easy out. If that's it, I get it. But why would you remove them at all? They came this far.
Yeah.
I don't get none of it. I think it's ridiculous. I feel so bad for the families.
Yeah.
When I saw them, you're driving across the damn state, man. They've been through so much, man.
So much.
It's retarded. I just want to throw my hands up with.
It's retarded.
It is. It's fucking retarded.
It's fucking retarded.
Yeah, it's fact.
All right. Well, before we go on, I have to do a 4th episode on Jayme Closs, because here we go again, repeating like our first attempt. But yeah, that's what's going on in Delphi. But we are going to talk about Jayme Closs. This is a case that, wow, if you need a case, if you're looking for a case that just yeah, I can't even think of the words that I'm looking for. This case is a true testament to the human spirit. Maybe that's a good way to put it. And ironically enough, we had a 13, 14-year-old Abby and Libby in Delphi, which we were just discussing, and Jayme Closs was also 13 years old. Now, this isn't that old of a case. This just happened back in 2018. October 15th, 2018, about 5 years ago. And this doesn't have, this isn't an unsolved case. They got the guy. And what a kind of a wild ride it was getting to that point. A brief synopsis of this. Jake Thomas Patterson, 21 years old. Won't say Marine reject, but he was discharged a month after starting his career in the Marines. So I don't know what you call it.
A feeble attempt.
A very feeble attempt. Goes to the home of the Closs's home in Barron, Wisconsin. Jamie's mom, with Jayme Closs, her dad was 56, and Denise, her mom, was 48. About 12:30 at night, there's a beating on the door. Jamie's dad, James, goes to the door. It said that at first he thought it was the police. He's questioning, wanting to, let me see your identification. Jake on the other side of the door is armed with a, what kind of gun did he have?
It's a shotgun.
Just a shotgun.
Yeah. He had slugs in it, I do believe.
Is getting a little frustrated at this point because he wants into this home. Is it a burglary? Well, of sorts. Of sorts.
To take something.
He stole quite a bit that night. Is frustrated. Point blank range. They sent through a window. So I'm guessing at the front door had one of those little, windows up top.
Yes.
Point blank range pretty much blows the dad's face, half his face off.
Yeah.
Right in the face. Boom, shotgun. He kicks the door in and begins scouring the house for what he came there for, which happened to be 13-year-old Jayme Closs. Now, for those who did miss the 911 call, this is what is said to be the last, just moments before Denise was murdered. He goes through the house. He's looking for Jayme. He finds Jayme and her mom huddled in the bathroom. That's when Jamie's mom, Denise, calls 911, and for those that came in a little late, here's the 911 call.
Sharon County 911, where is your emergency?
Somebody else is on the phone.
Hello?
Somebody.
Hello?
That's pretty heartbreaking.
Man, if that don't get your heart thumping knowing what just happened.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to build that up, play that again, because that's pretty heartbreaking. Granted, you couldn't hear a lot of what was being said. It was a lot of screaming. It was things were, the phone was probably muffled, being tossed around. Excuse me. I know it came out that Jake wanted the phone.
Yeah.
And the mom didn't want to give him the phone. Finally, Jayme was like, Mom, just give him the damn phone, pretty much. Not long after that call, ended, Denise was shot.
Yeah. Point blank in the face.
Point blank. And
right in front of her daughter.
Yeah.
That's horrifying, man.
That's absolutely horrifying. And Tanya says, that's why you keep a 22, 50, and a 45 and an AR in my house, all in separate rooms.
Glad you said that, because that's what we were talking about before the show. Even for people who don't like firearms or whatever, this could happen anytime. It happened in my family when we were kids, when my dad had to shoot somebody that was trying to rape my sister at night. It does happen. And that could have saved all of our lives. And I know it may not have done a whole lot of good in this circumstance.
It may not.
It may have.
Yeah, given how this situation played out, it may not have saved the dad, but it definitely could have saved the mom, and Jayme wouldn't have had to have gone through what she did. Welcome, Wild Bill.
So the people, who are even a bit against firearms, just treat it like any other tool, a hammer. You don't take it out unless you need it. You learn how to use it and you put it up. Hopefully you never have to get that out.
Absolutely.
But man, it's so worth saving your family if you can, man. It is. I will deal with regret of shooting somebody for the rest of my life if it means I just saved my family.
Sure.
I'm good with that.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. He then, after shooting the mom, he then takes and duct tapes her hands, her feet, and pretty much drags her out the house past her dad, who police say he's got half his face blown off.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine the scene.
Yeah.
Brain matter everywhere. I mean, just grotesque, brutal. And this 13-year-old girl is being drugged by her dad, looking like that.
Yeah.
Put into the trunk of his car and decides to take off. Well, the call was made, and I thought this kind of surprising, because you watch some of the dash cam footage of the police en route there. It looks very farmland. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. You're not, for lack of a better way of saying it, nut the butt with your neighbors.
Yeah.
You're not like I am here in a little, apartment. There's a lot of farmland, it looked like. So, but the cops, the 911 call came in at 12:56. The cops were there at 103, 104, I believe they said.
Pretty decent response.
So it's like a 6-7 minute, response time. They were there. That's my thing. Welcome, Alex Jones. He's a new subscriber. He says he was obsessed with this case. My aunt used to live right close to where it happened. Wow.
Yeah.
So, Alex will be very familiar with, the outcome of the story and how that affected Barron.
It's a cold place up there.
It looks cold. It's cold here. And here's the thing. They got there in really good time. And going back to this dash cam footage, if you watch it, you can obviously hear, hey, I'm a girl, just so you know. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's one of those names. Alex could be, a girl, short for yeah. Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you for the heads up.
Oh, that's good to know.
You never know with it could be AI.
Well, I was gonna say some stuff about Alex Jones. So it is good to clarify that.
All right. You are not sausage neck. Good afternoon, Kelly. So the cops are, driving by, you watch the dash cam footage. All of a sudden you see a car coming towards the cops. They got their sirens on, of course, and this car does what any car would do or should do. It is a law. You pull over, you get right away, blah, blah, blah. That car happened to be Jake.
Yeah.
And it's just eerie to me.
Yeah.
To watch that just couple seconds.
What a missed opportunity.
And just realize in that car pulling over is a 13-year-old girl named Jayme Closs, duct taped in the back in the trunk.
Yeah. And just in case people want to know, why didn't the cops pull him over or get behind him, seeing as he was the only other car on the road that they saw?
Yeah.
Well, they were going to the scene and they didn't even know what they were going to.
They had no idea.
But the cop did mention that car.
Yes.
On his radio. I just passed this car, but they didn't know what they were going to yet.
Yeah, they had no idea. They just knew it was a pretty it was a pretty muffled call that you couldn't really make out words. You just knew there was something bad happening. They were screaming, there was this, there was that. So basically, it's kind of like an emergency welfare check.
Yeah.
This don't sound good, so we're going to get out there and make sure everything's okay, and everything was not okay.
Right.
As soon as they walked into the house, they were greeted by her dad, James.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty gruesome, man.
It was very gruesome.
That poor girl. Oh my goodness.
And it doesn't end there. Jayme is then taken to Jake's residence and is pretty much held captive for 88 days. She is, at times she is forced to, she's restrained, having to sleep under a bed. Yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Almost like being in a coffin. Boy, if you're claustrophobic, that ain't gonna sit well with you.
Yeah.
Just treated like, a slave, sometimes not allowed to, use the restroom. But not, I kind of get the impression, and maybe you do too, but this guy almost, Jake, he almost kind of wanted to, like a little pet.
Yeah, like a buddy or something. It's weird.
Yeah, like a little buddy. It is really, really strange because he makes the comment to her that he wants to, maybe they can get an apartment together. He was like planning out a relationship. He was completely oblivious, apparently, that she's not going to have any, she's just going to forgive him. Okay, well, you did kill my parents. You know, you took everything I had away from me pretty much. You scarred me for life. Yeah, let's go have a relationship and get a fucking apartment together.
Right on. What the fuck?
So, okay, that's just a little insight into where this guy's fucking head was. Very, very strange. And he claims they say the motive was sexual gratification. He claims nothing ever happened.
Right.
He never did anything.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, there are, ways to check to see if a young girl who presumably at 13 is, still a virgin.
Yeah.
There's ways to find out.
Sure enough.
Medical exams, ways to find out whether this girl was, raped or whatnot. Don't know if that's come out. I don't even think Jayme has spoken publicly. I don't know.
I know they said they wanted to keep all that stuff under wraps, but they said that there was no sexual assault or anything like that. But, and I hope not. I'd like to keep thinking that. So I will. I'll just keep thinking that. I don't even want that thought going through my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to say. I don't know. If it was for sexual gratification, you figured, there's going to be something going on.
You would think.
But then again, look at the actions this Fruit Loop took, man. He's not your average normal killer rapist guy. He's beyond that. He bum rushed a house to take a girl and keep her as a slave. He had
no, and this goes into, his mindset. He had no connections with Jayme or the family. None. Not on social media. They could find no contact between any member of Jayme's family or Jayme. The family members after Jayme went missing said they had no idea. They'd never heard of Jake Patterson. I probably kept saying Peterson. I don't know if I did. It's Patterson. They never heard of the name. Had no idea. So how did was that just a house at random? No. He was going down that work, and yes, sometimes to be in the area due to work. He was driving down that. Did I say driving down that work?
I think so, but that's good enough.
That's horrible.
You ever drove down the work?
Yeah. Oh, what's happening, Tom? Welcome. He was driving down the road, going to work, and just so happened to see her getting on the bus.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all it took. And this guy just figured, man, that's going to be my wife for the rest of my life, no matter what.
Whether she likes it or not. That was it.
That's some eerie shit, man. There's people like this all over the place, ain't there?
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you what, and I've mentioned it before, home invasions, that shit is scarier than anything that you'll find in any horror movie, I believe. Yeah. If anybody's familiar with the movie Strangers, The Strangers, I think there's a couple of those out. Basically home invasion type movies, holding the families captive and shit like that. Those are terrifying. Those keep me up later than I should be some nights. I'll hear little bumps in the night. And of course, I got a couple little cats that run around outside of the bedroom. They don't come in the bedroom, just me and the dog and the wife. But I'll hear little bumps and be like, what's that? Somebody trying to break in? Did I lock the doors? Is this open? Is that, I'm going through all this. That shit terrifies me. I mean,
if somebody's crazy enough to break into your house, they're crazy enough to do just about anything.
Yeah.
They're willing to do anything.
Sure.
Those are scary people.
Yeah, because you don't know, being in their shoes, you don't know what's on the other side of that door. You may have a gun, but hey, you don't know if that person in that house has one. Now you're in a firefight.
Yeah.
or you're getting hauled out and, on a gurney and black bag.
Yep. Crazy case.
Yeah, there's Absolutely no way of knowing what happened at all. Sealed everything. Oh, what with Jayme Closs? Yeah.
Yeah.
But here we go, doing what bad content creators
Yeah.
do.
We're speculating.
We're speculating. We use the S word.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't you dare use any common sense around here.
I know, right?
Let's make this a conspiracy theory in 10 years. And they call everybody wacky for questioning things.
Yeah, we and that's true. We don't know a whole lot. You know, Jayme, you know, was young. Now she's what, 18, 19 years old now,
Yeah.
give or take.
I can't even imagine what she's going through after everything she saw and being held hostage like that, probably wondering every moment, man. I saw him kill 2 people. At any moment he could kill me.
Oh, I'm sure.
What a horrifying way to have to live for 88 days, man. I can only imagine what she's going through.
Yeah.
That shit ain't ever going away. I feel horrible for her.
Yeah, while Bill says home invasions are the worst because everyone feels their home or domain is safe.
Yeah.
You know, that is, you feel safe in your home. Like, you can let go, you can put your guard down.
Right.
Not so much the case. As much as we don't know about what happened during that 88 days, basically all they know is whatever crime scene photos, and all were taken. Her inhabitants, at that, residence. But it has kind of a happy ending. For 88 days, imagine being 13 years old, 88 days, held captive by a person, like you said. You have no idea if he's going to at any moment kill you.
Yeah.
Just start doing awful, shit to you because he's already killed your parents, so he's capable of doing that. And he's mentally okay because he's going to work. He's just going about his daily life with, Jayme tied up in his basement or whatever it was. He goes out for I can't remember what she said.
Was it a job interview?
That's what I keep wanting to think. Yeah, he went for a job interview or something. He was going to be gone for a couple hours. He told her when he'd be, back, approximately, maybe a few hours, whatever. And she at that point said, yeah, it's time. Yeah. And sees a moment of opportunity to get the hell out. Yeah. She takes off, and I think she said she had a sweatshirt or maybe a T-shirt, some leggings, and wearing his shoes.
And it was snowy out, so it was cold.
It was cold. Yeah.
Cold.
They said it was about 20 degrees that day. Yeah. Right around there, 15 to 20 degrees that day. And she's just taken off.
She picked her spot, man, and said, "This is it, man. Out."
Comes across a lady who sees her. She's out walking her dog, and Jayme's yelling, "Please help me! Please help me!" And thankfully, this woman didn't just turn, the other cheek, and took her in, called 911, says, "Hey, I got this girl just came running up to me, obviously distressed, and says she's Jayme Closs."
Yeah.
And you got to realize, there's a reason they call that show 48 Hours, because in a missing cases, missing person case, usually after 48 hours, if you have nothing to go on, they usually presume them, might be dead. If they can't really get a good lead on them.
Well, after seeing what happened to her parents, I'm sure
that was the conclusion, that they were all, unfortunately, kind of, thinking that's how it was all going to end.
Yeah.
And then here she comes. 88 days later, man. 2.5 months, almost 3 months. Pretty much 3 months. Just locked, being held captive. Runs up to this woman and help me. And that pretty much was, the end of the case. obviously told, you know, who this person was.
And they found him out looking for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
In his truck.
Yeah.
Yep. Later that day, he was out searching for her, man. The cops came across him after she told the cops who he was. They were looking for him.
There is a red herring in this whole case. Forgot about this guy for a second.
Oh yeah.
About a week after the murders, it was at their funeral, I believe. The cops were alerted to a B&E in progress at the Closs's home.
Yeah.
And this guy is caught with Jayme's panties in his hand. Again, it turned out to be, you know, a red herring. It was not, you know, anything. He didn't have anything to do with it, although quite suspicious.
Yeah. Well, they did suspect him at first.
Yeah, you have to.
His interrogation and stuff is online.
Mm-hmm. He hates when, you know, children go missing. He said, man, children go missing just makes me want to go fucking hunt them. When people kidnap kids and blah, 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 making himself out like he's this, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Vigilante.
Yeah. He's a superhero guy.
He's a superhero going out looking for missing kids. But you were caught coming out of the house with 13-year-old panties in your hand.
So imagine that. This guy sees this stuff on the news and he thinks that she's a pretty girl. I want to go get her panties. What the man? They're everywhere, dude.
And you know, you brought up a good point earlier. You know, if Jake wouldn't have done what he done, would this guy have done something?
Yeah. Who knows?
Because you're not really right in the fucking head if you're going to break in. And okay, let's say you're caught with jewelry or something like that. Then it's obvious that the motive is, you know, robbery. But when you're not caught with jewelry, you're not caught with valuables. You're caught with 13-year-old girls' underwear.
Yeah.
I mean, you got your own set of problems there, buddy.
All kinds of predators in the area over there, man.
My goodness.
Man, I don't know if this girl had a chance. Hope she got out of the area.
Don't
go to Indiana, though.
No, don't go to Indiana. Odinist out there.
Yeah. Crazy story, man. And I see that Jake Patterson got in a fight in a New Mexico prison.
Mm-hmm.
That's always fun.
Yeah, I seen that little clip there.
They're not taking a liking to this guy, apparently. So,
oh, no.
So they've been telling him, you know, you're not welcome in our part of the prison and shit like that. So he has to throw down. He's getting what he deserves in there.
Sure. I mean, he didn't. He pretty much knew the jig was up. I mean, he came right off the rip and confessed. He knew the jig was up. I think he said he knew, you know, there was every chance that Jayme got out. It was over for him.
Yeah, he admitted it during the traffic stop.
Mm-hmm.
They found him, so he knew. And I just poor girl. What in the world? You get this one life to live, man. She's got to deal with that fucking memory for the rest of
her life.
Man, oh man.
I mean, you know, the silver lining, like I said in the beginning, is just a testament of the human spirit. She was not giving up. She was not giving in. She had the mental fortitude to take and almost play into his game.
I wish all the best for that girl.
Tanya said it's the modern day Deliverance out there.
Yes, no doubt. Good way to look at it. We're all Ned Beatty too when we're under the age of 18 now.
Alex says she still lives with her mom's older sister. Adopted her. I remember that now they have a very advanced alert system at the house. Oh, I would certainly hope so.
So I mean, I wonder, does somebody new live in the house, or they just tear that down? What's going on with that?
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be common coin that they demolish.
Talk about a place I really wouldn't want to live.
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want something like that happen.
Right.
That dude's just a monster. There's a lot of them, man. They're everywhere. They're coming out of the woodworks, and the judicial system that sucks is making it so much easier for them.
Yeah. She wrote a letter to be written or read. I need to let me find this real quick because the prosecution read it. Just bear with me. Let's see here. You all talk amongst yourselves. So let's see.
That's how we do that. No, that's bad. I don't know if I can deal with that.
Very well, maybe. I think this is a video. Just bear with me. Gotta find breaks. Yeah, right. All right. Thank you guys for being patient. Alex said Jake Patterson and Chris Watts became friends in prison, apparently.
Oh my goodness.
Boy, that dynamic duo right there.
Wonder if Chris Watts is living under his bed.
Bunch of shit bags. Oh, get under my bunk, Chris. Meanwhile, on day 2, yeah, this is part 2. This is part 2.
Chris Watts, what a shit bag.
All right, here is the. Yeah, I know he's a shitbag too. Here's the letter that Jayme wrote that I believe is being read by the prosecution.
But in one of the most dramatic moments, a family attorney reads a statement from Jayme Closs.
I don't want to even see my home or my stuff because of the memory of that night. My parents and my home were the most important things in my life. He took them away from me in a way that will always leave me with a horrifying memory. But there are some things that Jake Patterson can never take from me. He can't take my freedom. He thought that he could own me, but he was wrong. I was smarter. I watched his routine and I took back my freedom. I will always have my freedom and he will not.
Her family members now who are.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can just tell just from that letter that she wrote that she's gonna get through this.
Yeah.
And wow, man, just freaking wow.
Yeah.
I mean, good for her. She got out, but you know, she seems she's gonna make it. She's gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
You know,
She'll have bad days for sure, but
absolutely.
It seems like she'll be.
I mean, she has a very strong constitution. You know, I mean, she's a very strong-willed, you know, young lady.
There's a silver lining there.
Always, yes. So a lot of crazy things going on. Anything going on with the Idaho 4 as we wrap up? I mean, anything going on there? I haven't really paid much attention to it.
I haven't here lately either.
Yeah.
You've been a whole lot. I don't know. see little things here and there, but it's all speculation. We certainly
and
don't
we
wanna
shouldn't
do
be
that.
doing that. Oh my goodness, all speculation.
Hey, here's all this paperwork, guys. But don't you dare fucking read it and talk about it. We're gonna take it back after you guys read it, but don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
Oh man, 2023.
Woo! Ugh.
A hug.
A hug. All right. Well,
It's just that we lived in an era that still had a little bit of common sense. You didn't need DNA for everything, man. You could use your fucking brain back then.
right?
Ugh.
Ugh. Kelly said just that they reinstate the firing squad so he could get it. Fucker deserves it.
Agreed. Let's do it. Well, I don't know. Would I rather have him die right now or having him getting his ass beat in prison every day?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of going to sway on the whole, the longevity of the torture.
Yeah.
Versus a quick, easy,
See, wouldn't that be interesting if they just left those decisions to the family? Like, what do you want to happen to this guy?
Why not?
Yeah.
Maybe they have guidelines or boundaries, like you can't exceed this, but even if they did, they probably Alex says South Carolina has a firing squad.
Yeah, I think somewhere out west does too. I don't know if it's Idaho or Montana or Wyoming or something. I cannot remember.
Well, he's definitely one that deserves it.
Okay, so if say we were psychotic serial killers, we got the death penalty. What would be your way? I'm gonna choose the gas chamber, I think, or the needle.
I was thinking the needle, only because it kind of puts you to sleep and then it stops your organs, from what I understand. Gas chamber just seems to be a little painful. I have a hard enough time breathing.
I'm a fucking sissy, so whatever is the easiest way to go. I wouldn't want to hang. I think that would be horrific.
No.
If it didn't work out right and snap your neck, man, you're just going to be hanging there for 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Firing squad. What if they were really bad shots?
Oh, just hit you in the knee 16 times.
Maybe they should just start using crossbows. Dying in agony. It doesn't matter if it's an hour and a half.
While Bill says general population and let them know his punishment could be so much worse than just being put to death. Yeah, easy way out. I agree.
Yeah.
Kelly said Idaho just reinstated. I think that one is definitely worse than the needle. Feel it for a minute and then watch your death a little more.
Right. Imagine the electric chair, man.
Oh my God, dude.
Man, that would be uncomfortable for a little bit.
Fuck it. Let's just bring back the Iron Maiden.
Oh my. Just close the door on you.
Close the door. Yep. That's brutal. We could do a whole show about torture.
Our serial killer names are getting worse and our torture devices are going extinct. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Melanie's here and she always tries to catch the shows and never does. So I'm glad to see her. Tanya says they should bring back some medieval torture methods. Yeah.
The rack. Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
Drawing, quartering people. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, for a person like Chris Watts, I'd like to see him get drawn and quartered.
The Raging Bull.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Remember, you ever seen that movie, The Serpent and the Rainbow?
Years ago.
When they nailed the guy's nuts to the chair.
Yeah,
there you go.
Oh God.
Ow. It don't get much worse than that pain-wise for a guy. I know that.
Well, Bill says, do it like the Chinese. Bring them to the main square and put one bullet in the back of their head and send the bill to their parents.
Yeah. It'll cost you a dime for a bullet,
Right.
And use a 22. Remember, just use a high-powered pellet rifle. Shoot him as many times as you got to, even if it's 600 times.
Tanya says being cooked alive in a metal bull statue is a raging bull.
Yeah.
I
How did
don't
we
know.
do the Wicker Man thing? With the guy in the freaking wood or burning at the stake.
Just burn him at the
Man, that
stake.
would be fucking awful. That's probably the worst.
That would be the one if you're gonna put him to death and not let him, take the easy way out. That would be one right there because you're gonna feel that shit for a minute.
That'd be horrifying.
Bullets have gone up; they're no longer 10 cents.
That's true.
Wild Bill.
True. $1.50. Sorry.
There we go. Inflation.
Now we're gonna go $50 because we'll use a 50 cal on.
Oh yeah.
We'll just shoot him in the gut.
Yeah, burn him at the stake. I agree. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Once again, I have no idea, what we'll talk about next, but you guys will be the first to know, I guess. I also, if you feel so inclined, and I hope that you do, also do a podcast called the Indie Horror Junkie Podcast on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Also do the morning show, Mornings with the Dread, 8 or 10 a.m. on Wednesdays. Maybe Bobby Tutro will be joining us remotely, possibly.
I could do that.
Yeah, that would be fun.
It would.
Yeah, Indie Horror Junkie Wednesday. I keep thinking today's Tuesday for some reason. Wednesday, 8 p.m. Thank you guys. I'll play you a little indie horror to take us out.
All right.
But thank you, Bobby Tutro.
Hey, thank you, my brother.
Man,
It was fun.
you were still even not feeling 100%. You were still the trillist. Common cold can't take away a trill.
No,
That shit's to the bone.
It took it down to just real for a little bit.
Yeah,
I'll maintain the trillness for the rest of the week, I think.
that's awesome.
Whatever the hell that means.
Whatever that means. You guys figure that out. Happy Monday. We'll talk to you next week.